What's up guys, we're back with another one. In this video, I'm going to show you a live catch-up call with one of our clients who spent $10,000 with us for a 6-month contract for their Facebook ads management appointment setting team, which is a real estate agent as well. So I'm just going to show you kind of how these calls go. We have them bi-weekly with all of our clients. So we send a booking link, they book on a call, and then it's usually a 15-30 minute call. We go over kind of just results, expectations, next steps, just keeping the client in the loop so they're still excited about our service and want to keep going, because obviously with real estate it's a very long lead cycle, so you need to have really good communication and customer service in your agency if you want it to make it work. So yeah, I'm going to go over this live call. I'm just going to let it play out. You can kind of see how I build rapport in the beginning, build a kind of a relationship with them, how I go over some results, next steps, even if there's nothing in fruition yet for them, just kind of showcasing that things take time, it will come often, and kind of just answering any of their concerns, questions. You'll get to see all of that live. So watch the video, study it. I've had a lot of experience doing this. You may have a different approach. This is just what works for us and our team. We have a very good churn rate. We barely churn a lot of our clients because of calls like this. So yeah, study it, take what you want, and I'll see you at the end.
9 degrees out. Yay. Yay us.
Hey guys,
Hey, how are you?
great. Finally get the camera on this time. You can see you guys. It's awesome.
Yes, I can do it. Craig's here.
I'm here.
Amazing. How's the morning been so far?
Cold.
Yeah?
Yeah, but that's okay.
Like Canadian cold, or how cold are we talking?
Yeah, your polar
No.
vortex. You threw your coldness down here.
We were 5 below this morning, so yes.
Okay, I see. I'm currently at minus 25 Celsius.
Oh my God. Like real world temperature?
Yeah, it's in Celsius though, so a little different.
Oh, okay. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. How's everything been with real estate lately? Is you find things are picking up at all? Has it been a little slower?
I think that it's I think it's taken me a little while, and this is on me, to kind of wrap my arms around the totality of what we need to be doing with some of this. I mean, obviously, when you guys book appointments, that's one thing, and I just have a feeling we're going to do more of those. Like we've got one booked tomorrow morning, which sounds like a really good one.
Yeah.
It's a $500,000 to $600,000 buyer. He wants to buy in the next 90 days. I mean, that's about as good as it comes. We'll see how it goes when we talk to him, but I think that's a really good opportunity. I don't know that we have a lot of these. There are hot leads that I've gone in and put in the database, and then I'm sending out emails to, but I don't know where those will go. You almost have to have a little bit of comeback from them to get a better sense of how to connect with them. And so some of them are kind of on semi-drip campaigns. I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but that's kind of where we are. So I think we're going to have momentum that builds heavily into the spring. The other thing for us here, this is the first year in 4 years probably that the winter's been like this.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I mean, we haven't had. I'm looking at my social, like my Facebook memories. We haven't had snow on the ground on the 20th of January in 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, we've had snow on the ground all month, and that's
Literally for the last weeks, it's been a foot of snow, and it's been spotty cold. But like this week has been wicked cold. It's been more than we usually ever have, and so the market's just very lethargic with that. When people don't aren't used to that. I mean, I'm sure where you are, they are, and so it just the beat goes on. But we're going to have a point where next week things are going to get up around 40 or into the low 40s, and I think there will be some mindset change, especially as we get into the 1st of February. I think that helps us a little bit as well. It's been a tough month for business because it just hasn't. It's just the weather's just been awful. Is really what it comes down to, and we're very fair weather when we're not used to having that kind of thing. So I think it's definitely affected us.
100%. Yeah, I would agree. Definitely, even in Canada, a lot of the times, even for us, we kind of started in a really probably the hardest time of the year during the holiday season. So now we're finally getting to January. We're finally seeing some appointments being booked in, and some momentum building. So, yeah, hopefully, especially since a lot of these people are downsizing, they're older individuals, they probably definitely
Yeah,
don't want
no,
to
you're
move
right.
during
Totally.
the cold. So, yeah, but as long as we can build up the pipeline and these phone appointments are good, they answer, they're like, yeah, I'm ready to go. Let's start taking the next steps as soon as possible. Yeah, like you said, the one for tomorrow seemed really good at 9 a.m. And then there's also one on the 24th at 5:30 p.m.
Friday. I'm going to try and move that one a little bit earlier. I'm going to reach out to him today and see if I can move that one or into Saturday. Just I won't lose the appointment. That's a tougher time of the week, and so we'll just see where that conversation goes. But we'll make it work one way or another.
Perfect. Sounds good. And yeah, a couple tips for those appointments too. You can try calling on your personal cell phone. If they still don't answer, I would also try calling like right away on the CRM, the system. I'm
Okay.
not sure if I showed you guys how to yet, but I can show you now if you'd like.
No, I know. I mean, I've seen. Yeah, I'm familiar. I mean, I'm in there all the time, so I'm definitely familiar.
Yeah.
Do you guys have, and I don't know if you know this or not, is there a percentage of the hot leads that don't book appointments that come to fruition, or is it that impossible to track?
Yeah, it's hard to track because it's definitely different for each account. Seasonality is a huge part of that, obviously. So like you said, if you have them on a drip campaign, I think usually if they're on a drip campaign, people that reach out within the next at least 6 months, I think it was like around 10 to 15% of the,
Really good to know.
which is pretty good, and and it also depends how much value you have in those drip campaigns. Like if you're sending out videos or like those bomb like personalized videos in the emails, it can obviously increase the conversion rate a lot there.
Yep.
But yeah, overall, the average lead to appointment ratio across most accounts we see is like 15% just in general. So yeah, and yeah, I see some people like no showed like the Justin and Pamela person. We weren't able to get back at them. Some people like that, they're just very flaky. So the sooner we book a phone appointment, you guys talk to them, the less flaky they might be.
Right. Right.
Distance in between. So yeah, that's kind of our goal right now is like booking next day phone appointments if it's available for you guys.
Gotcha. No, again, I'm really grateful that we did this when we did because I don't know that we cost ourselves, but for not being as proficient as we needed to be, I don't know that we cost ourselves much in the month of December leading into January as crummy as the weather's been. But I feel like I mean, we have a good handle on what we're doing, and that will be very strong as we go into the coming months. I mean, well, we'll have to see how it goes, but our market usually is very early, and this is the first year, and I think to a great degree because of weather, maybe a few other factors, but to a great degree because of the weather, we just haven't had much of a market yet. Now, we just had a sales meeting where sales are up, but I'm not so sure how that those could be carryovers from the fall that didn't get satisfied too. So
Last a year.
yeah, I think that we'll see it in the weeks ahead, especially if we get a little break in the weather, because we can get weather here where in February we could get a 50 or 60 degree stretch for a few days, and that will certainly turn it out, especially if we get rid of the snow. But I don't we're not going to have three straight months of this, and so I think that we'll be off and running in a big way very shortly.
Amazing. Okay. I was going to say too, right now, all the budgets is towards the downsizing campaign as the volume's still been really good. We have that video of yours edited, I believe. I can send it in the Slack chat, the final version. And that one is going to be great for when the weather gets warmer and people are more down to have home evaluations. Um, kind of just in the books until yeah, the season's a little bit better for you guys. So yeah,
Right.
if you're having a stretch of like warm weather for 30 days straight, we'll definitely just push that ad out, and I think that might get some good traction too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be really great.
Yeah, yeah. And then something else we've been doing in other accounts, I think it's a little bit too early for yours, but we can always prepare for it, is retargeting ads. So what we do is if you have any pictures of like sold homes or pictures with clients with like a sold sign, anything like that, those are great because we retarget people who have either clicked on the ad or watched your video or engaged their Facebook. So the audience is super warm, and now we're pushing out like your guys' success, the sold homes, the happy clients, and usually that results in pretty good leads as well.
You know, it's interesting. I get tickled and a little surprised when I see somebody has liked the ad.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, and that happens at least once every other day, and it just surprises me because they're just liking an ad. I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
in other words, it struck them in some other way. They don't think of it as an ad. They look at it as a resource, which I think is really interesting.
For sure. You'll see with the videos too. Videos get so much engagement. Like you'll see like some videos we see is like 200 likes, 20 comments. So people love the video too because they get to see you guys. And the best ads are always ads that don't look like an ad. Just looks like a part of the feed that looks like some value piece. So
So
yeah, it's good.
You want a sold home or a sold property or a downsizing home?
Yeah, yeah, more of a downsizing home would be better, but also just in general, if you have sold images, if you have like 10 that you can send me, 6 to 10, then
How
what we
far back?
Does it matter how far back?
no, no, it should matter. No,
Okay.
just any images, because then we put a carousel so they can like swipe
Oh,
through
okay.
there.
Awesome. Love that. Okay.
Okay.
It shows you guys know what you know how to sell homes, which is great.
Okay.
And then yeah, there's other ideas like that. That might be a little bit further, just so we can build up a lot of people.
No. Okay.
The audience right now is probably lower than what we'll have in like a month from now. But yeah, it'll be nice just to at least prepare for that and have it ready.
Way we take, we better work on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. The
Okay.
only other thing I would say to help with more conversions as well is all these people and connections made. Right now, so we have that main full-time ISA that we have. We are looking to get a second one to like double calling accounts, really dial it down. Right now, she obviously calls all of them, but there's 18 connections made, so it takes her quite a while, or she might not double call someone, or she might miss some text messages. So if you guys are ever in there, if you have some time, if not, all good. But if you are, feel free to just call those people in connections made too, because these are people who have obviously connected, they just were busy at the time. So there's still a lot of opportunity with those people, and especially getting a call from the realtors themselves might be even
Great.
higher conversion rate. So that would be that. Other than that, I guess the past appointments we had here, is there anybody you're still talking to, or are these people that no show?
Not verbally. I mean, once I have the initial conversation, I usually say, "Hey, I'm going to send this stuff out. I'll follow up with you." And even like I talked to a lady named Maria last week. I had a good conversation with her. Um, she's going to be a really tough. She's a nice lady. We had a great conversation. You know, they want a 4-bedroom house under $400,000. They got 4 kids, and they have to sell first, and that's a really narrow window right now to try and get into, because getting them to sell first and having the house waiting for them at that price point, I don't want to say impossible, but incredibly difficult, because those sellers, they don't want to take a contingency. You know, they want non-contingent, and some of them don't even want subject to another closing. They just want a buyer who's got money who can close. So it's they don't have to sell right now. A buyer like that in her specific does not have to sell right now. She might be a fall transaction, but there definitely is opportunity there at some point. I just don't know how realistic it is to think that they're going to get done before the market cools off a little bit later in the year, because it's their needs are just not what the market is going to be willing to bear in the hottest point.
Gotcha. Okay. Who was that lead again? Which one is
That
that?
her name was Maria. It was last week we talked, she and I.
Okay, perfect.
And I sent her some information, and you know they're unique in that they're very open to geography. So that's good, but it's a lot more work to try and provide somebody to build that relationship. Um, and I mean, you know, we're talking about 14 counties that we theoretically we could be searching across for them. So I've struggled a little bit, because they want to be in that price point that's so rich in demand right now. But we'll keep working on them and see what happens.
Okay, yeah, definitely a little tough one. But okay, I'd love to know him then. And then I know Robert Smith. I think you had a phone call with him. I saw that he called the system, and it looks like you picked up on it. That
So
was
that's a great question. So when I'm getting calls from this number, I'm getting calls and I get them from different numbers. I mean, I'm sure you know that. And it says you have a lead, but I don't know how to get to them. It doesn't tell me what to do. Am I missing something?
interesting. Okay, yeah, usually, so the number it will come from most of the time from us. I'll show you right now.
A 423.
I believe so. Let's see. Oh, it's a 317 actually.
Okay.
Yeah, 317. So if you see this number call you,
What's
it's
the number, Lisa?
actually
317-978-5710.
Thank you. If I get a 317-978, I'm picking up on it. So the last one I picked up on, I couldn't figure out how to get to the person, and the call ended.
okay.
So you know, they was calling from that number, so I didn't know how to get back to them, and I was in my car, so I wasn't able to access go high level where I was at, because it was just, I had 14 things going on at one time.
Yeah, of course.
And we both know that some of those, you got to get them when you can get them. If it goes through 5 attempts, either calling them directly or whatever, then it gets harder, because then they just interpret us as being pesky at that point.
Exactly. Yeah. I think what it says is a new lead is entered. Is calling you, and I think you click one. I think that's what you need to do. I'm pretty sure it says it on the message, but I know sometimes it glitches out and kind of just skips that part. But just click one when you do pick up those phones.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So that should be it. Yeah, it's honestly rare sometimes for them to actually call the system back, but obviously it's a good sign if they are doing that. It means they're very interested. So, yeah, that's good.
Okay.
And then yeah, if you guys get those testimonial images whenever, obviously
Yep,
not
we will. We'll get her done.
that'll be great. And then yeah, I think that was it on my end. The ads are still crushing it. Like I said, $6 website conversion lead is amazing. Usually the average is like 15, so your guys' account is doing great on the lead volume end. So now it's more just about nurturing them. I'm sure, like you said, seasonality will naturally just increase, and then the more we can just call these people, dial it down. We should have a second ISA, like I said, hopefully in the next couple weeks. So even more calls and nurturing will be made there. And yeah, anything on your guys' end? Any questions for me? Any
I don't
feedback?
think so.
Nope.
I don't think so. I'm going to get after some of these a little more intensely in the next week, and we'll probably have some things the next time we powwow.
Perfect. Okay, and yeah, hopefully these two appointments tomorrow and Friday go pretty good. Keep us updated. Like I said, yeah, if they don't answer, I would try to double call on the system here.
Okay.
There's a pretty good rate, but I listen to the phone calls too. If you guys are ever curious, you can also listen to phone calls. I'm not sure if you knew that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that. I was shocked when I found that, actually.
Yeah. So if there's any feedback, what we do, we have like training sessions with Margaret, and I know different clients kind of pull her in different ways. They want different conversations, different feedback. So if you have any feedback, let me know. I'll
Okay,
notes for your
great.
account. But let me know. Of
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate your time.
course, you guys have a great rest of your day, and yeah, we'll be in touch soon.
Great. Thank
Thanks.
you.
Okay, bye. I hope you guys enjoyed that live catch-up call. Hopefully you get some good value out of it. Comment below if you have any questions about anything I did in that call, or if you want to see other calls I've had that may have been more tough. Obviously, not every call is going to be as good as that. There's going to be a lot of calls that are very hard to go through that I get nervous for, especially if the client's complaining or has a lot of concerns. They're asking about refunds. So yeah, there's calls like that I can also showcase live. Just let me know in the comments what you'd like. But yeah, hope you got some great value. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.